Hey YouTube fans, Eric Hayden here on the road. I'm at a rest area in North Carolina doing just a little bit of traveling. Notice something behind me. I want to point it out. I won't go greatly in depth because there's certainly a lot more videos on this issue than what I'm doing, but these are beautiful knockout roses. You see these in a lot of mass plantings and overall it looks really healthy. You can tell why it it is a popular plant. I'm pretty sure they don't do any spraying, and you can see the lack of any black spot, a little bit of insect damage, but overall just a really healthy rose plant. You may also see some of this purplish near the top. It's Rosette disease. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And I don't want people to get confused. Newer growth on a lot of roses is purple and it has this type of look. So this growth here is fine. So don't get upset if you have purple leaves on new growth and think that's automatically Rosette. Rosette is excessive growth, and a lot of times there'll be excessive thorns and it has a witch's broom type of look. I'm going to zoom in on one of these over here that stood out more. Again, look at the overall plant. You have some purple growth here. This is normal new growth, but then contrast that with this. Notice the amount of thorns, and it just has a weird look to it. Excessive thorniness, excessive growth. You can see it back in there. Then right there, I'll try to zoom in on that. So just kind of looking really not so good. It can also be mimicked by herbicide damage, but the fact that this is well away from any of the beds they have here, I don't think they'd be spraying any herbicides. And again, this bush looks fine, this one looks fine, but as we get back in here, again, it just looks like excessive growth, and the purpleness and the hypothorniness of them, you can see it right there as well. So there's really no remedy for this. Some folks will cut it out and try to hope it doesn't spread. A bush this big, you can see it hasn't spread over here, but it's spread by a mite. So knockouts tend to be a little bit more prone to it because they're planted in clusters. So the mite feeds on one bush that's infected and it spreads it to the rest. I won't get into too much other than you can try to cut it out and see what happens and monitor it. But in a mass planting like this, unfortunately, the best thing to do is just to take it out to keep it from spreading to the other bushes. And again, here's normal growth. Here's normal purple growth. A lot of your leaves are going to have that purple hint to it. But look how dramatically different this is right here. And you can see that just kind of a weird nature to it. Excessive thorns, excessive growth, and it looks terrible on these knockout roses. So just wanted to do a quick update. We're doing a little bit of traveling, not far from home, but just noticed this at a rest stop in North Carolina. There's certainly more I'll try to put in the info section at the bottom, more on Rosette disease. By no means am I an expert, but I wanted to show you this because it certainly stood out here on our travels. Hope everyone's doing well, and hopefully you are not seeing this in your garden. It can be a major problem for some of us, especially those that plant in clusters like this. Have a great day, everybody.